All right, let's do some Mathity-Math. Today we're going to talk about how to draw a box and whisker plot. Now, I already did part A of this question in the previous video, so if you're curious about mean and standard deviation, go ahead and watch the previous video. But for this one, we're going to talk about how to draw that box and whisker plot from this data. Okay, so looking at this data, I guess we should be able to see it. Okay, looking at this data, I already entered all this data into list 1 and list 2 of my calculator. And I can show you that real quick. If I go to edit, you can see list 1 and list 2. I've already put in this data. If you're not sure how to put in this data, go to the previous video. You can watch that real quick. I already did it. But let's go ahead and move forward. So we have list 1, this is the boy rabbits, and we have list 2, this is the girl rabbits. And we're going to draw a box and whisker plot based on this data. So before we go into that, I do want to quickly talk about when you draw a box and whisker plot, you need 5 data points, okay? And the 5 data points you need are the low point, the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, and then the high point. Okay, those are the 5 data points you're going to need to make a box and whisker plot. And the great thing about these graphing display calculators is they will do that for you pretty much instantly. So again, I already have this data in list 1, so all I have to do is hit stat, calculate. I'm going to do one variable, statistics, and because I said I put the boy data into L1, I just hit second L1 and hit enter. And there we go. When you scroll down, and this is pretty great stuff, right here, they give us all 5 points. My low value, my x minimum is 0, my first quartile, my median, my third quartile, and my maximum. Okay, so just like that, pretty great stuff. Okay, so we're going to use this to draw our box and whisker plot. And we're going to draw them right here. We're going to compare the boys and the girls. So before we draw these, what you do need to do is make a number line for your box and whisker plots to live in. Okay, so you want to make a number line for your box and whisker plots to live in. So I'm going to take a straight edge. I got this laying right here. This is a marker box. We'll use that. Okay, so I'm just going to draw myself a nice straight line, and I'm going to build a number line off of that. Okay. Okay. And so looking at this data, I know that my low value is 0, okay, and I know my high value is 30. So it's not a bad move. Let me just make some space here. Okay. So it's not a bad move to, okay, this is 0. We'll make this guy go all the way up to, I'll say 35, just to give me a little wiggle room, just in case, okay? So I have 0 to 35. Gosh, I want that to be straighter. Okay, there we go. And so I'm just going to probably count up by 5s to make a number line, and we can go from there. So I like to estimate here. So I do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, a little bit more. Okay, so about like this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Wow, nailed it. Great job. Okay, so I'm going to put those numbers in. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Nice. So now we just need to make for the boys, and I'm going to make space here for the girls. Okay. So looking at this, we just start building it. My minimum value is 0, so I draw the first line for the boys right above 0. Okay. My Q1 is 1.5. So if you think about it, if you looked in here, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1.5 is going to be so close. So close to that actual 0 value. Then my median, oops, let me see, you can see that there. My median value is 5. So I put that right here. And then my Q3 is 10. Oops, so I go here. And then coming all the way down, oops. Oh no, I hit a button and lost everything. No problem there. Coming all the way back down, my max value was 30. All right, so I'm going to go all the way down here to 30. If I start drawing this in, and I'm probably going to get a straight edge because this is such a long line. I don't think I could make it nicely. There you go. This is the boys' box and whisker plot. And you can see that there's one value way down here pulling everything out, but the majority of the data is down here. So now we can do the same thing for the girl rabbits, and really just follow the same process. It just, you have to be careful and make sure you use the right list. So I go to stat, calculate one variable statistics, but this time I'm using list 2, okay? And here we go. Go on down, and I get those 5 data points. So again, with the girl, okay, so the girl's X minimum was 0, okay? So I'm gonna go right above 0, draw that line. The girl's Q1 was just 0.5, my goodness. So this is gonna be hard to even show. I'll do my best. So you can see it's a little closer. I'm gonna put that line in now. So it's so close, okay? And then the median is 4. And let's see here. And Q3 is 16, so that's going to be way down here, about here. And then my max value was 28, all right? So 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 25, 26, 28, so about there. All right, so this would be the girls' box and whisker plot. And again, for these longer lines, I like to use my ruler. That's the whisker, and this is the box. And there you go. This would be the girls' box and whisker plot. So you can see that the majority of the data in here, this box, is a bit more spread out, right? But the greater value is a little bit lower. The greatest value is a little bit lower. And this can kind of make sense if you think about it in context. If you looked at all the information that was given to you on this box and whisker plot, and you decide to kind of plot it all in. For instance, if you looked at up here at the boys, and you just found your zeros and your ones and stuff, so you have a 0, it was here, right? The ones were here. Looking, you'd have a 2, you'd have a 3, right? So that's all that data down there. Then there was a 4 about here, and then there was 2 6s, and then a 9 about here, and then an 11. And then as you travel down, there's a 22, and as you travel down, there is a 30, right? So you can see all the data from that table is grouped right around there, and then there's a couple ones a bit higher. And then down to the girls, it's the same thing. Actually, there's 3 zeros, and then a 1 and a 2, so that's that data down there. And then it comes up, there's a 3, there's a 5, a 7, and an 11. And then there's more happening along this line than with the boys. There's a 21, there's a 24, and then there's a 28. And so this right here, this extra data here is kind of what's kind of pulling this up a little bit. Okay, and that's what stretches that out a little. Okay, all right. So you can see this is all the information from the table on the box and whisker plot, but you don't need that. You can just draw the box and whisker plots. All right, so that's how you draw a box and whisker plot. Good job. As always, go ahead and subscribe if you want to be notified when I make more videos for you to practice. And if there's anything you want to see or anything you want to practice or anything you want me to make, just leave a comment below, and I'll try to make that for you. Thanks. Bye.